Hey guys, I'm here in my studio with Marisa, and I want to do a quick little video about using hard light. I think that people, when they're first learning especially, they kind of stay away from hard light because it can be a little tricky to get exactly like the most common pretty shot with it, but you have to kind of think about it, about how you can use it and some of the advantages of it. So I'm using hard light here, which means a small source, which is going to give me abrupt shadows, which are generally very, very dark, right? And also, I happen to be using Profoto A1s, and this has got a Fresnel lens on the front, and it happens to be very specular. Specular has to do with your highlights. So a specular light is very contrasty, brings your highlights up. A hard light, in general, is going to make your shadows very dark. So what am I going to get with this? Very contrasty light. So that being the case, if you have a shot where you want that look, right, this is the perfect kind of light. So I just basically have one Profoto A1 right here. This is gonna like spotlight on Marisa, lighting her up, kind of most of her body. We're going for this kind of old-fashioned Hollywood, like punchy look with it. But I don't wanna completely, because I know, because based on the angle of it, that I'm gonna get lots of shadow under the chin, right? I don't want that to completely go black, so I have another light over here, another Profoto A1, which I'm going to just point at the ground. Now, I'm not just gonna put it flat on the ground, right? I'm gonna angle it because what I'm trying to do is skirt it off the ground and push it back up into her. So I'm just gonna put that over here. Probably off screen right now, but okay. That's gonna kick back the light, right? So basically what I'm doing here is I'm creating hard light on her face to shape her face, and then a little bit of fill from the bottom. There's a lot of ways you could do this. I was experimenting earlier, and maybe we'll do something during this video too, where I just drag the shutter as well to let some of the ambient light fill in, which can create another look. It can be a totally different look. Maybe we'll try all three of them. So I am tethered into Capture One. Let's see, I'm just gonna quickly move the video camera so you guys can see better. I'm just gonna tilt it down a bit. So basically Marissa's there, just a black set of V-flats. She's got that, well, she's wearing a shirt as a skirt because she's very creative. So I got the Canon 1DX. For this I'm using the 24-70 because I want us to get in close. I also want to move around a lot. This is kind of a punchy thing that we're going to move around a bit, right? So using the Profoto remote, I just have everything set on TTL right now. I'm just going to take a test shot to see, again, I'm in Capture One. So I'm just going to get my kind of standard shot, see how it looks. Okay, so now I've got, we can see very, very hard light. You can see the contrast, right? It's very contrasty on her. And you can see that we've got the shadows filled in. That's because of our secondary light source. If we didn't have a secondary light, we would be completely black in the shadows. But we can see it's a hard light because you see the edges there. So kind of cool too. We're getting eyelash shadows in the eyes and everything. Pretty cool. And she'll be able to move around a bit. I think I want it to be, I'm going to push the edge of the exposure here. So I'm actually going to turn my light up a tiny bit. Now I am in TTL because she's moving around a lot. I want to kind of see what TTL will do. So I don't want to push it too far. Okay, yeah, that's where I want it. Kind of a bit almost overexposed. Yeah, right there is good. I'll be able to push it up a tiny bit in post. And yeah, let's shoot a few like this so kind of work. Now what's cool about this is, remember, we're going to get shadow and shape. So we want to work the body, work shapes with it. She's got that little piece of hair hanging down. It's going to create a shadow on her face. Really nice. And whenever the light catches her eyes, because they're so light, it's really going to blast out the color of the blue because of the saturation. Actually, this is the reason why I have a zoom lens. I could move around, but I kind of want to get different feels for this. And I'm just kind of blasting away. The A1 is really fast to focus, so recharge rather. So I'm not too worried about that. I am set at 2/50th of a second at f5 to let none of the ambient light come in. So if I was to shoot without the flash, it would be completely black, as usual the case. Oh yeah, see when her face hits certain angles, it's getting almost overexposed, which is kind of cool. And what's nice about the hard light is it really actually changes her face completely. Go ahead, you can do that. Yeah, I'll shoot down on her a bit. Of course, now this is definitely a very kind of punchy, glamoury feel. So we're just going for it. Nice. Yeah, I like it. I like. Oh, that's nice. But look just off this way with the face. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Hold, hold, hold. Nice. Cool, cool, cool. Now, one thing that we're gonna know, yeah, exactly, fixing, boom, boom. We're definitely getting shadows. Nice. And I'm just working with them. I'm shooting relatively fast because I just want to get this to be very free flowing. And I'm experimenting with different angles. Wow. Depending on the angle, sometimes It has almost this like clubbish, snapshotty feel when I'm really close to the lens with the light. Because remember, I'm leaving the light in one spot. The reason why I have it on a stand instead of on my camera is because this way the light's consistently coming from one spot. So when I change my angle, it changes the feel of the light. You know, over here it's going to have a much different feel than it does if it was on the camera. Oh, get my stand in there a little bit, but I don't care because it looks good. Now just to give you guys a feel, right? Okay, so this is again with the fill light. I'm just gonna turn off the fill light for a second. That's in my C group. I'm just gonna kill it just to see what the difference is. Oh yeah, we can see the shadows blacken right up. Not terrible though, even with the singular light, it's not bad. I'll turn it back on though, I like it. But what I am gonna do now is I'm also going to drag the shutter. I'm gonna go to a 30th of a second. And according to my light meter on the camera, I'm still about to stop underexposed from the ambient, but I'm gonna get a little bit of ambient fill. See how, and what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna actually kind of shake the camera as I do it. And what I'm doing is kind of a pop and blur effect, but this is giving me like a natural kind of soft focus filter. And we can see, you know, it's subtle, but you can see a little camera shake action going on there. In fact, I'll try to get a little bit more. I'm gonna go to 1/8 of a second. Okay, that's a bit much, although that is kind of cool. So now 1/8 of a second, but I'm not gonna move. I'm just gonna let my natural shakiness of my hands give me the camera shake. Yeah, and we can see the whole thing's getting this like hot blur. Here's where rear curtain sync might be good. So let me switch, if I can. Second curtain, let me see if it makes a difference for me. Yeah, seems to sharpen it up a tiny bit. And the other thing I might do is I feel like it's a little bit hot on the ambient light. So I'm going to actually close down my lens to about 2/3 of a stop. My flashes will automatically compensate because I'm in TTL, but the ambient light will be darker. See, there we go. Yeah, so you can see. Nice. So yeah, if you like this blur, it's cool, but remember that it is a blur, so you might hate it later, so make sure that you also shoot without it. I'm gonna go back to where I was. F5, this is one great thing about using TTL, is that I'm making all the adjustments on my camera, my light's gonna stay the same, just like that. It's pretty, hold. Let me just see, I think I need a little more light in your face. That's actually cool, but just bring your chin up. Good, I'm gonna come low, because it changes. Remember, where you are relative to the model is gonna change. Oh yeah, there we go, I like that. Work this way. Last one. Good, good, good. Hold, hold. Sure, I like that. Good. One more, one more, one more. That's it, strong like that. Strong, 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 strong. I'm zooming out slowly. Let me come in. Kind of fun. Don't fall over. Okay, I'm gonna bring the chin up. Right there, powerful. Let me just check it. Oh yeah. So you see, this is very, very stark, right? It's stark, but it's beautiful, and that can be what actually do that, but kind of, the shirt's a little messy. Let's fix the shirt, yeah. And I think I'm actually going to come in close and mostly just get your face. So turn flat to me right there. Yep, bring your shoulders in. Yeah, exactly. Good, good, good. Here we go. Hold. Yeah, that's it. A couple like this. This is practically on-camera flash, guys, but it's working because of the angle. It's got that very kind of starlit look. Nice. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, and this slightly overexposed kind of moody thing. It almost feels like film. It's got like kind of a cool look. What do you think?
Yeah, cool.
What do you think? And look at the colors, right? This is because of the contrast, right? Look at the blue in their eyes and the red on their lips. They really pop because of the contrast. Yeah, I like it a lot, actually. And this is hard light, right, guys? So you can use hard light to, I'm probably cutting my head off. Right now I'm talking with no head. I'm gonna come over. Sorry guys, I only have one camera with me today. So, yeah, so this is basically, you know, it's hard light. So you can use hard light, you can use contrasty light, you just have to understand what it's good for, right? And this is exactly what it's good for, right? Kind of punchy, contrasty, moody feeling shots, and you can get those shots with the hard light. And just note though, of course, it does bring out every imperfection, but what I would likely do with this, even though I was pushing the exposure to almost overexposed, what I'm likely gonna do with it, I'll quickly show you, is I'm probably gonna come in and I'll just do it with exposure slide. I'm probably gonna bring the exposure up a smidge like that, so it's pushing the edge of overexposure. And a little bit of curves for a little bit of levels for contrast, and so it gives you that kind of look, right? So yeah, we're gonna play around. So thanks guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. Leave some comments. Do you use hard light? Do you not use hard light? Do you like it? Do you not? Do you want to see more stuff like this? Do you want to see more Marisa? I think probably, but we'll see. You can vote below. So let me know. Thanks for watching, guys. Be sure to subscribe, right? That's important.
Yeah.
And yeah, right? Tell them.
Yeah, it's important.
It's important. And ring the bell. Ring the bell. And yeah, you'll be good to go. Thanks, guys.